Samuel F B Morse's Gallery of the Louvre is considered his most famous painting, but in its time it was actually a flop. And so I wanted to give you an introduction to who Morse was as a person and why we're interested in this painting. In fact, we know Morse from the telegraph and from the code that bears his name, but he was an accomplished painter. He painted his way through Yale, paying for cigars and port by painting portraits of his closest friends and associates. His father was a renowned geographer, and that encouraged Morse to take the brave step of traveling abroad, which he did to London and then later to France, where he visited and spent time at the Louvre. The Louvre was one of Europe's greatest museums, and there you could find people copying from the masters. Morse decided that he would use the greatest paintings of the museum to educate American audiences because they couldn't go see the paintings themselves. So he spent time copying his favorites, Raphael, Caravaggio, Titian, and assembling them in his fantasy gallery like a curator would do today. On his way back to America, he came up with the idea of the telegraph, which would allow faster communication, much in the way he was doing in his painting. He used the back of his painting, which is called the stretcher, the wooden stretcher, to make his first prototype of a telegraph, which is a really cool thing. We know him today for Morse code, and the reason we know him for the telegraph is that when the painting came back to the United States and he tried to show it, nobody came. This discouraged him, and he figured, I better turn to something else. And that's why he is known as an inventor and not a painter, though in his time, he was one of the greatest living painters.